Alright, hello everybody and welcome in. The college football playoff is officially here. Sorry that I was about 15 minutes late. I opened up my computer 5 minutes before the stream and my OBS that had everything already loaded from all the overlays to all the halftime ads for all 4 of these games was gone. My scene was just completely gone. So I'm not sure what happened. But it doesn't matter now. I got it all reloaded up in here, but I really need you guys to let me know if you can hear me, just to make sure all my settings are back to correct, because it'd be really shitty if we have problems with the VODs and stuff. So let me know if you can hear me. I'm going to wait until I see some stream chat. Hello. Anybody in here? I don't have anybody chatting with me yet. Is my chat messed up? Hello? Can you hear me? Oh, okay, it's just I'm the only viewer right now. Well, if you're watching this on YouTube, we've had a lot of new users. This is a college football Discord. Everything's ran through there, so you don't need the game, you don't need anything. You can just, join. You don't need the game or anything, and you can recruit and everything as well. Yo. Alright, I guess nobody's here. I'm gonna start going through rosters. I'm literally the only person. It's the fucking college football playoff. Nobody's here. Okay. So I'm assuming I got everything fixed. We're going to go through Ohio State first. We got their number 1, 13-0. I'm good. You can hear me? Okay, cool. Hello. Okay. Cool, you can hear me. Okay, so game number 1, we got Ohio State and NC State. Sorry, I'm all over the place here. I'm going through the rosters here. So their starter is Kyle McCord. He's more of a game manager. He overtook CJ Stroud, who took him to the championship last year because of development. Travion Henderson, he did not win the Heisman this year, but he still had 1,800 yards, 14 TDs, so he's still having a great year. Got Tyron Jefferson, the SFA player, their number 1 target. Egbuka, Parrish, Marvin Harrison, Cade Stover. We've seen this team before, so they are very good all around. Left end, right end. D tackles are a little weak. Besides Cody Simon, they do have kind of more of a weak linebacker class. Hey Flame, what's up? Can you let me know if everything seems to be working correctly? I had my whole, I had my entire OBS crap out, so I had to rebuild everything in the last 10 minutes. So just let me know if there's something wrong. Cornerbacks are very strong, though. Obviously, they got Proctor and Hickman returning, and then kicking's going to be a big factor in this. In the CFP, because we're all down to all game days. So we got a 70 overall kicker. So Ohio State's not kicking at all this CFP. Why did I leave? Okay. Now next up is we have NC State. So this team we know nothing about. We haven't seen them on BearCave, but they've been rated in the top 10 all season long. They're led by Devin Leary, the senior. Carmelo Cannon is there in case he goes down, the SFA player. Bam Knight is a higher overall, but he does not start because he got hurt for most of the year with a dislocated knee. And Jordan Houston comes in and wins the Heisman. 1,900 yards, 24 total TDs. So Jordan Houston is the man to watch, number 3 all day. He's really probably going to be the deciding factor if they can make this upset happen, kind of like Michael Bernard did for Utah last year. This is a really high overall team. They have really good players at each side, so this is going to be a lot closer than I think you guys might have thought. Really good corners. Yeah, this team is deep everywhere. Like, this team can definitely make a run. Let's take a look at the kicker, though. Drew Page. He has 84 kick power, so not the accuracy is more of his problem. So NC State could actually be doing something. Yeah, I've intentionally made your guys' game a little bit later. But without further ado, I'm not going to delay it any longer. It is time for the Peach Bowl. Now, Ohio State, we're not going to do anything fancy. I believe that they have a playoff home, so we're going to give them the playoff. Now, NC State, okay, they're wanting to go the white with the logo. So I think we got to go white with the big logo. Yeah, just let them have their whites. We haven't seen them this year, so it's going to be playoff home versus NC State. Alrighty, guys, so I'm going to get my thumbnail here. I'm going to do my best to get out highlight videos tonight or tomorrow, but tomorrow I pretty much have stuff going on all day. That's why there's no games. So, but I'm really trying to get these out before the semifinals, right? So, let me just get this final thumbnail. Alright, cool. Alright, and we are off in the Peach Bowl. I can't affect anything from here on out in this game. It's very... So, Peach Bowl is in Atlanta. It's actually closer for NC State than it is Ohio State, but this is the closest quarterfinal for Ohio State. #1 rush offense in the country. Ohio State, despite being 13-0, is only a 4.5 point favorite here because NC State is, in fact, that highly rated. That's right, baby. Fuck Ohio State. No one likes to see a blue blood win. I like NC State. This is our first time getting to see them in action this season, so... Thanks for joining. Once again, I'm sorry I was late. My entire OBS reset, so I lost everything, so I had to rebuild it all in like 15 minutes. So, sorry about that, but we are here. No delaying. Our sponsors tonight is the SFA and Chill podcast. That's every Thursday, besides when we're doing games. We got the SFA Player of the Year, Marcus Lattimore, and then obviously Coach's favorite ride is the carousel. There's going to be some coaching changes in the next few days. Yeah, I mean, these games are going to be over an hour each, so your game, I highly doubt, starts before 7:30. But Chick-fil-A Peach Bowl, we are off, and we're going to see Ohio State first. So Kyle McCord, the game manager, and we have, it's the battle of the last two Heisman Trophy winners. Travion Henderson in the backfield here, and then Jordan Houston on the other side. They're dumping it off to Emeka Egbuka, who last year had a fantastic playoff. If you remember, Ohio State they were just destroying teams up until the playoff where Utah kind of decimated them in SoFi. They give it to Henderson here, who had himself a fantastic playoff last year. He's having another great year, going to probably finish with over 2,000 yards. So it's going to be interesting to see how this team goes about attacking, because last year they kind of got exposed in the that national championship. Hanging off with a counter again. And this is a great start for NC State here. Not really letting Travion do much. I mean, honestly, I had something else in there, but when my OBS got destroyed, I just threw the first things I saw in, so I want to make sure I have all my overlays in, which I do, all my halftime ads in, but yeah, the bottom line was kind of thrown together. Travion, this is 3rd and 4, he stays up. And actually, I do need to resize one. So you're going to see an edit live on stream, sorry. Just going to make sure I'm not cutting off the logo. Alright, so a quick 3 and out. And now NC State has the ball. Devin Leary, the redshirt senior, he's actually going to take off to start and immediately sacked, so not the best play. Honestly, like, you have the Heisman winner, why aren't you giving him the ball, right? I get Devin Leary's pretty good, but come on, give Jordan Houston the ball. That's who we want to see today. And not only is it the road to the national championship, it's also the road to a new cover athlete. So whoever has the best total playoff performance gets cover athlete on the national champion. Jordan Houston, his first carry we've seen of him, he rushes for 1. Obviously, he broke their school record. He shattered it. Overtook the starting job for Bam Knight. But automatically now a 3rd and 15. So both defenses dominating the start. They're going to hand it off, 3rd and 15. And Houston doesn't do anything, so really not an impressive drive for either squad to start it out here. So they are going to return it, though. Evan Pryor, the safety. So Ohio State's going to have better field position this time, up around the 40. The 45, actually. All right, McCord's going to throw it on the comeback route. That's #1 recruit from last season, Tyron Jefferson. I mean, #1 recruit, I believe, from season 7, actually. They're going to give it to Travion this time. He only gets 3. So no big runs yet. Remember, Ohio State has the best rushing attack in the country, whereas NC State has the Heisman. So interesting, but they are throwing it a bunch. As Tyron Jefferson, he truck sticks a man. Definitely an interesting start. All right, Now they're threatening inside the 25 here. Henderson up the middle. I assume as the night goes on, we will get more viewers, but I guess everyone thinks Ohio State's going to win this one as Henderson's brought down from behind. Drake Thomas blows that one up, and now it's 3rd and long. Big stop there. Can NC State get off the field? The first real attempt at points here. They're going to do a screen pass, but the defender... Come on, make the tackle. There you go. There's nothing doing there. Ohio State started driving a little bit, and they're going for it. Okay, so important info. The 23 is not close enough for their kicker. 4th and 9, and they're going for it. And he's open. Oh, no. See, they're stopping the run all right, but you got to cover the pass, and Cade Stover's wide open there, and Kyle McCord's 6 for 6. Looks like NC State is kind of selling out for the run here today. Cade Stover in motion. We're at the 5. McCord. He throws it. That's out of the back of the end zone. His first incompletion here in the Peach Bowl. Looks like both teams traveled well here today. But it is the Red Sea out there. They come out in pistol. Man in motion. They're handed off to Travion Henderson up the middle. And he is going to score here to open up the Peach Bowl. Travion Henderson, Season 8 Heisman winner. He's back in the end zone in the CFP. All right, so Ohio State kind of punched him in the mouth there. They dominate on defense, and then they go straight down the field. So this is Justin Houston, or Jordan Houston. He does have a kick return touchdown this season, so watch out for that. Actually, when I picked him on Tutty Tally. All right, if you're NC State, you got to get a first down at least here. And not much room there for Jordan, but he does get 4.
That makes it 2nd and 6.
Houston again to the outside. He gets 3 now, so another 3rd and short. I mean, at some point you're facing the #1 team in the country. You've got to be able to stay on the field on offense, and that's not going to do it. Jordan Houston only gets 2, so 3 straight gives to Houston, and he cannot manage even a first down, and they are punting. So their first 2 possessions are 3 and out. Ohio State's going to have a huge opportunity here now. This is a better punt than the last one, but a lot of room to return for Pryor. He doesn't do much, though. So NC State is starting to get on the ropes here. Already down a touchdown. Their offense has been stagnant. And they're running quick option. McCord keeps it. He only gets 4. And we have an injury here. Oh boy, that's Travion Henderson there. So that is a huge injury. I'm not sure who the backup is, but the Heisman winner from Season 8. And who's the replacement back? Evan Pryor. All right, so the return man. So we got to wait for a diagnosis on Travion Henderson. Quick option again. They do not get the pitch off, and it's 4th down. That may wind up being a catastrophic drive here. Houston. He doesn't get much. So while we eagerly await to see what happens with the Henderson injury, NC State's going to try to make some sort of sense on offense. They're going to throw it here on first down. And there's the first down of the day to the tight end, Andrew Jane, for 16. A nice little corner route. Devin Leary makes the pass. All right, getting a little bit more momentum here. This team was ranked in the top 5 for the better half of the season. They faked the handoff inside, and you know it's going to Houston there. So, I mean, Ohio State is completely clamping down Houston. 5 rushes for 4 yards. And Henderson is out with a bruised ribs for the game. He will not be coming back here. That might be a huge injury. And a nice little toe touch. Travion Henderson is out of this game. So NC State has a huge chance now. 3rd and inches. You got to keep this drive alive. Ohio State looking to become only the 2nd team in SFA history to win a national championship undefeated, joining Season 5 Boise State. All right, he fakes the throw, he dumps it off. That's going to be Keon Lassane for 4.
That makes it 2nd and 6. Get to the ball, get to the ball, get to the ball.
And as we end the first quarter of the Chick-fil-A Peach Bowl, Ohio State is up 7-0, but Travion Henderson is out of this game. What's going to happen? We hand off to Houston here, who's starting to find a little bit more room. He gets back up to 3 yards of carry. And NC State's threatening. They're inside the 30. Devin Leary under center. They hand it off. There's a little bit of wiggle room there for Houston, but not much.
That makes it 1st and 10.
Hand it off again to Houston, and he finds the outside. It's clear here early that this entire offense has been running through Houston all year long. It's the reason why he won the award. He's just not that effective so far. Let's see if they can wear him down. The handoff again here. And he finds some room. Jordan Lewis, he breaks a tackle, and he's going to score an 18-yard touchdown run from the Heisman winner as NC State notches this right back up. Boom. He just made that safety look like a cupcake. Flattened him. That's the Heisman winner for you. That's what he can do. So kind of the battle of the running backs here. Travion Henderson scored. Houston scored. We got a good one. This is a good one brewing. How's Ohio State going to respond now? Do they need to change the offense now that Henderson's out? Or is it just business as usual, #1 rushing attack in the country? Well, McCord's going to keep it here on first down. He gets a block, and he has a lot of room to run. Kyle McCord gets 20 there. A big block by Evan Pryor after he got the handoff fake to him. Whether he handed that off or not, he was going to find a lot of room. So Ohio State right up now around the 50 again. Handed off this time. Pryor, he finds some room to the outside. He makes a couple man miss. He breaks a tackle and, oh man, it looked like he had the touchdown, but he tripped over his own defender. He makes defenders trip over each other, and then he just slips on that man. Oh man, it looked like he had a chance at the end zone. All right, Evan Pryor. I wasn't familiar with your game, sir. You guys know the Shaq meme. Hand it off to Pryor again. He only gets 2 this time. How will the injury affect Ohio State? Is Evan Pryor him? McCord. Stover in motion. They're going to throw it. Dumps off to Emeka Egbuka, who had himself a great CFP last season. Kyle McCord, 7 for 8, the game manager. Only 50 yards, though. They're going to throw it here to the tight end, Cade Stover. That's for 3. Man in motion. They hand it off. It's going to be triple option with Emeka Egbuka, but McCord keeps it, and he gets tripped up. It looked like he was starting to break free, and Brutus is loving it here. Ohio State right back in the red zone with this rushing offense. They have not skipped a beat with Pryor in the backfield. They hand it off to him this time. He has a huge hole up the middle. Pryor extends. No, he's just short. Evan Pryor almost got himself a touchdown. And NC State is kind of grasping at straws in run defense. After a great run by Evan Pryor, they're at the inch-yard line. Ohio State comes out in the pistol. They're going to hand it off. No, McCord keeps it, and he finds the end zone to extend the lead to 7. Take it right back. Touchdown, Ohio State, baby. You may have a high-scoring game here today. No one really wants to play run defense. Kyle McCord had about 50 yards rushing that drive. So NC State just responded. Can they do it again? Houston to the 25. All right, stadium's getting a little loud. You can hear the Ohio State fans. Is Houston? He gets hit from behind. All right, Devin Leary, he's actually going to throw it. He dumps it out. No, he just throws that one away. You didn't see anything open. You got to give a nod to this Ohio State defense staying honest, even though they've just been mindlessly handing it off to Houston. Hickman is cheating up. We got a safety blitz. They pick it up, and they connect on the pass. A wide open man, Devin Carter, over the middle. He was injured for the better half of this season, but he's back today. What a great blitz pickup as they brought the safety. And NC State has a fresh set of downs. And that silenced the crowd right away. Come on, NC State. Let's see you get back into this. Nobody thinks you can make this upset happen. Let's see it. It's Houston. He finds room on the outside. My dude. This team has the Heisman winner, Jordan Houston. He's starting to heat up. He's already now at 60 yards after a slow start. It's his second 15-plus yard run. They're inside the 40. It's pro-style offense. Hand it off again to Houston. He finds the edge. He only gets 2, though.
That's good for a gain of 2 yards. That makes it 2nd and 8.
Hand it off again to Houston, and he is stopped.
That makes it 3rd and 7.
So a big 3rd down here. I'm not sure if their kicker has the range for this long of a kick. A true freshman. They fake the handoff. He's thrown over the middle. He connects. That's Devin Gardner again. Devin Carter, his 2nd catch of the drive, already up to 50 yards. Having his way with this defense. Finding the holes in the zone coverage as they're inside the red zone now. Can NC State tie this game up at the 17-yard line? Hand it off up the middle, and he is hit. The safety was cheating up.
That's good for a gain of 1 yard.
And that was a big hit. All right, 2nd and 10. They fake the handoff, and they're going to Devin Gardner again. He gets the catch and inside the 5.
That makes it 1st and goal.
They got the big nasties out now. They're actually going to throw it. He finds the tight end, and he gets in. Andrew Jane, 4-yard catch. Everyone was thinking run, and so was this defense. And NC State ties it up here. What a call. Welcome in, McNasty. I don't know why you're cheering for the Buckeyes, but sorry for the late start, guys. Once again, had issues with OBS. They completely deleted everything, but I got it set back up here, and we're vibing. And if you're just joining us, Ohio State star running back, Season 8 Heisman Trophy winner Travion Henderson is out for the rest of the game with some bruised ribs. So they have Evan Pryor in the backfield now. Ohio State, they're yeeting it on 1st down, and that is Emeka Egbuka. He did it last year. He does it again. Touchdown, Buckeyes. 1 play, 1 TD. Ohio State up 7. What a crazy response. He had a long TD against Boston College last season. They do it again here. The number 1 rushing offense in the country. If you cheat up, they will beat you deep. Luckily for me, though, that wasn't to Tyron Jefferson. Otherwise, I'd be salty with Tuddy Tally. But it's Bam Knight there in his first action since week 1, where he dislocated his knee, which led to Jordan Houston. So they just put together a fantastic drive to tie this game up, and then a 1-player. What's the mindset? Yeah, so we use welcome in young center bean. We use the playoff tool, which allows us to have a 18 playoff. It's a mod for the game. So NC State, Jordan Houston. Yes, sir. All right, you can't get the ball right back to Ohio State. Come on. Please. Yeah, it's a little different. The real life format, they're going to 12. The dynasty tool that the college football revamp team made only goes up to 8. But yeah, pretty much the same thing. So Ohio State had a 1-play touchdown on their last drive. Here we go again. So Kyle McCord, he finds the man. That's Peter Parrish's first reception. That was a bit of a duck, but it got there.
That'll bring up 2nd and 3.
Which team is yours, young center? You're probably like a Michigan fan, right? MSU. Hey, we have another MSU fan in here. Yeah, because we got a flag on the play. McNasty, one of our coaches, he's actually coaching MSU. Jalen Scott, we get an offsides. Kyle McCord. McCord gets the hard count on him. That's an automatic first down. That's a tough one. Yeah, young center, welcome in. This is the playoff, but this is a online dynasty that's ran entirely through Discord, so like you don't need the game, you don't need a console or anything. If that sort of thing interests you, you can join our Discord. I know I have a link to our YouTube channel that has a link to the Discord in all of the descriptions. So if you want to check that out. If not, if you just want to watch a stream, welcome in. Always enjoy talking college football with people, as Ohio State is inside the 30 here. They could really, dude, going up 2 scores here would be a really tough move for number 8. Peter Parrish again. This is the Peter Parrish drive. We don't have the ability to like be a player yet, but as a coach, you recruit players in the Discord and I import them into the game for your team. As Evan Pryor, he runs over a man. So there's things called SFA players that coaches in the Discord are able to recruit. I put them on their team. They're better than normal players, right? And that's how user teams can get better and be in these games. So that's not going to get the first down in Booga. But you can suggest recruits. So if you have an idea for a player, you can definitely have them be made and put into the game. 3rd and short. They're going to run quick option. He gets the pitch off, and that's going to be a first down, but not a touchdown. With a minute left here in the first half. We got all 4 first-round games running today. We're running pistol here with the big nasties out. Hand it off to Pryor, and he's going down. That's a loss of 3. Cecil Powell in the tackle. McCord. He has time. And it's a catch and a touchdown for Tim Bowen, the backup tight end. He had to come back for that ball, but he's able to fall forward with his big frame. Kyle McCord gets lucky. Great pass blocking as they take a 2-score lead here in the first half. I'm not going to lie, NC State is completely choking. Their defense just completely laying a duck here in the second quarter. My favorite team is number 1, obviously the Colorado Buffaloes. We're terrible, but yeah, so my teams are CU mainly, and then USC, because I live in SoCal, so I like USC a lot. And my 3rd team is Iowa State. So mainly I grew up as a Big 12 guy, but I moved over to California, so now I'm a USC fan as well. Devin Leary, and he goes down. We might have a blowout here in the Peach Bowl. JT, that man's a menace. Seriously, dude, backup tight ends just are unstoppable near the end zone. Clock is running. If you're NC State, you're getting the ball after half. You might just want to be wanting to get into the locker room and regroup, because Ohio State right now is up 2 scores on you without their star running back. They're just going to run this out. They are going to run a play, though. Can they get some magic here? No, it's just going to be a sack and a fumble! Okay, Houston picks it up. So they do avoid disaster there on the last play. That would have been hilarious. But we're at halftime here. The first game of the playoff. We have a few ads here. And we actually have some targeted ads from users about games coming up. So Baylor, 0-3 career in the playoff. Teddy 2 chokes. That's Teddy Bridgewater, his quarterback. The worst playoff record among users. What's a bear to a tiger? A first round exit. So that's Memphis kind of going after Baylor in their matchup here. That's going to be the third game of our lineup. And then our second ad is, man, right back at Memphis. Literally stole J.R. Smith's nickname, Mr. Hennigod. No good wins. They had such a bad schedule. Their best win was against soft-ass SMU. So check out that game. It's going to be the Sugar Bowl. That's game number 3 on our slate today. But heading back here, it was close. And then the last 5 minutes, Ohio State kind of exploded. So it's going to be a huge drive coming out from the break for NC State.
The Ohio State Buckeyes is lined up for the kickoff. Houston deep to return. The kickoff is down for a touchdown.
Now, see, the key part about the starting tight end is is everyone's scared of him, right? So that's why no one covers the backup. All right, what are they going to do? They start out handing it to Jordan Houston. Who else? He gets a nice 4 yards there. But let's be honest, if you're NC State fans, you might be starting to get a little bit worried. 13-0 Ohio State has you on the ropes. You got to start capitalizing and converting on some of these drives. Or at least hoping your defense gets a stop. Like, geez. As that goes for 0. Jordan Houston, he's had some really good drives and also quite a few not so great drives. Third down, you got to have it here. You can't go 3 and out. Come on. Give us a game, NC State. They're just proving all the naysayers why there should only be a 4-team playoff. Leary over the middle. Come on, give him the spot. Yes, they do. Keon Lassay. First down. That is probably a bit of a questionable spot, but we will take it. Hand it off Jordan, and he trips on his lineman there. He had a hole. Oh, no, that's just JT Tuimolu. That man is a menace in real life and in game. He's had like 5 hit sticks. Making an impact. Come on, baby. Come on, NC State. You got this. Tight end in motion. That's Jane. And run it again. And once again, he is stopped immediately by this defensive end, JT Tuimolua. This man is a monster. He's having himself a fantastic game. Jane in motion. Once again, a 3rd and 6. Can they keep the drive alive? He's going deep, and he connects, and he's tripped up. Porter Rooks. He had eyes for the end zone, and he just got barely tripped up. Devin Leary finally connects on a deep ball, and oh, he just barely nipped the ankle. That would have been such a big play. Inside the 30. They hand it back to Jordan Houston. Now he reverses field. Finds some room.
That's good for a gain of 4 yards. That brings him 2nd and 5.
Ronnie Hickman having a good game today. Hand it off. This is an outside run for Jordan, and he does not get as much as you originally thought. He's already has 22 carries here. First drive of the second half. No question what the game plan is. Just feed the Heisman winner. All right, Leary. And he overthrows his man. That was a scary throw, and it's 4th down now. And they decide that they want to go for the field goal. So this isn't really going to cut that much into the lead. 14 down to 11. I mean, I guess another field goal, but an interesting call here. The kick is up, and it is good. So NC State does get points on their opening drive. Much needed. But I think the eyes are all going to be on this defense now. I mean, how the heck are you going to respond after giving up a one-play score and then another late touchdown? Pryor only gets about 20. Yeah, their last 3 drives have been touchdowns. So how is this defense going to respond? Man in motion. This is going to be triple option again. Kyle McCord once again has room. He pitches it, and that just goes nowhere. That kind of got broken up a little bit. Looked like there was potential at a big play there, but Shaheen Battle makes the tackle. Looks like they're trying to shore up the option defense at halftime for sure. 2nd and 10. Remember, Travion Henderson is out for the game with bruised ribs. McCord has all the time in the world here. He decides to take off, though. He has a lot of room. He's going to get the 1st down and a bit more. That's for 14. So McCord using his legs today. 50 yards. Not really known for being much of a runner, but he's using the legs today. Hand it off to Pryor here, and he gets stuffed up the middle. Caden Forham makes a nice tackle. And Betty on the defense will be back soon, so it looks like they had an injury. But Evan Pryor now, he has more room, and he is brought down just short. So, all right, 3rd down now. NC State does have a chance to get off the field. Jakeem Harris. 3rd and short. They are actually somehow 1 for 5 on 3rd down. And he's going to get the 1st here. Fresh set of downs. You got to think a score here may just completely take the wind out of NC State's sails. A team that everybody had really high hopes for, but Ohio State just might be this good as McCord takes off again. He has room again. When are they going to start putting a QB spy on this guy? He's up to 65 yards rushing. He just has such a clean pocket, but the coverage is great, but he just is like, I'll take it for 15. NC State's got to start making plays on defense. And they hand it off up the middle. That's going to be a modest gain of 4 for Pryor, who's filled in quite nicely since the Henderson injury. 68 yards, and look at the yardage splits. I mean, Ohio State's just dominating in every facet so far. Pryor got confused in the hole. He probably left some yards on the table there. But honestly, like, the Heisman winner, Jordan Houston, he's going to get his runs. He's gotten a couple, but Ohio State's defense has pretty much done a really great job of keeping him off. Pryor up the middle. That's another 1st down. Ohio State running at will today. This is what the #1 rush attack in the country can do. They made their way into the red zone. Hands it off to Pryor. Cuts up the middle. He breaks some tackles, and he's actually going to find the end zone. Evan Pryor makes this game go up by 17. He breaks 2 tackles and finds the end zone. And we are putting this game on a blowout alert. Ohio State now up 18 points in the 3rd. It's a fucking rout. Yes, sir, dude. Anyone who thought NC State had a chance today. Now, I'm going to be honest. I don't think the fact NC State's getting blown out here means that they shouldn't have been the 8th team in. I mean, we talked about it a lot, but I mean, Stanford, they lost to Maryland, and then you have NC State here, and then the only other team, Notre Dame, they got beat by Arizona State. So, I mean, it's really between Maryland and NC State, but Maryland already lost to Ohio State once, so. Okay, Jordan Houston, it's go time. You have to start rattling off some big runs. I mean, is the ACC really all that good? We saw Miami get destroyed. We're seeing NC State get blown out. Like, how good is this conference really? I mean, we may see if Clemson loses to Washington, then, you know, it might be wraps for the ACC this year. Is Houston, he breaks off a long run. There you go, Houston. He's still going. All right. Jordan Houston saying this game's not quite over yet. Breaks it off for about 30 yards. You can say ACC conference play is good all you want, but I mean, when push, we see kind of at the beginning of the season, non-conference, how good teams are, but then sometimes it's a completely different story come bowl season. It's like the ACC, they definitely dominated non-conference play, but how great have they been here in in bowl season? They are on the plus side of the 50 though. Still the third quarter. We've seen crazier things happen on game day. Still plenty of time, but with this rushing team, you have to start scoring quickly. Yeah, exactly. Stanford lost their bowl game. I mean, it looks like Maryland might have been the better choice because they lost close to Ohio State, but you wouldn't want to have them face twice, right? So, Deion Lesane, he gets 3 here, but it's 4th down. They got to go for it in no man's land. 4th and 5. This is their chance to get back into it. Man in motion. And a catch, and the defender missed him. The defender's completely sold out, trying to get the deflection. He could not, and Porter Rooks took it to the 10. So the DB got beat, and then he missed the tackle. Cody Simon wraps him up, though. Saves a score. Yeah, it was a fun one. All right, Devin Leary. Single back, he throws that one away. He didn't like anything. Second and 10 here from the 12. Single eye formation. They're actually going to throw it. He fakes it. He dumps it off to the fullback who trucks a man. He gets a first down, though. Andrew Jane, the tight end, got the first down. Here we are, goal to go as the third comes to the end. We got the big nasties out there. They're going to throw it again, and they do the same exact play as last time, and it works to perfection again. Andrew Jane, his second receiving touchdown on the day. Everyone was thinking pass, or everyone was thinking run, and they went pass. NC State is not going away. A huge 4th down conversion, and now they're only down 11. So they have been cutting into this lead. Ryan Watts on the return. So Ohio State, their last 4 drives have all been touchdowns. Can NC State's defense find an answer as we head to the 4th quarter? Who's punching their ticket to the Orange Bowl in the semifinals for a chance at a national championship berth? Ohio State leads by 11. 4th quarter. It's time for NC State's defense to make any sort of stop. 4 straight TDs. Will it continue? Evan Pryor for 5. I mean, I can see why this Ohio State team is the #1 rushing team in the country. I mean, misdirection. Kyle McCord can run out of the pocket. You don't think Kyle McCord and think scrambler as they go deep again. Oh man, that one he was trying to get Tyron Jefferson, but Cecil Powell was right there and he could have had a takeaway. Oh man, that was close. That could have completely flipped this game on its head. 3rd and 5, Ohio State. They're looking for the throw, and it's caught, but Parrish is going to be short. So after 4 straight touchdown drives, Ohio State goes 3 and out. And you can kind of start to feel the momentum shifting here. Is Ohio State getting complacent, up by 18? They're bringing the house. And no one's going to get close. Jordan Houston on the return. He breaks a tackle, he gets 10. A lot less yards for NC State. Down 11. 8 minutes is plenty of time, though. Can NC State get back in this? They're going to flip it out to the running back, and he gets stopped in the backfield. You can't be doing halfback flips in the 4th quarter. What a terrible play call. That is the only play that's worse to run than the quick option. And they're coming back out under center, so they're still going to be running their offense here. Faking the handoff, going play action as he's sacked. JT Tulamua, his 2nd sack of the day, 3rd tackle for loss. This man has been a menace all over the field. This man might be getting player of the game because, my God, he's going crazy. Third and 23, just when you thought NC State was starting to get a little momentum. And he's going to get sacked again! Devin Leary sacked twice in a row. This time it's Tyleik Williams up the middle, and he just could not find anyone downfield. And, I mean, you can't go for this. They got a punt. So they had their chance, but they decided to go -20. That's the farthest negative I've ever seen a team on game day go. So Ohio State's going to get the ball here on the plus side of the 50. 6 minutes left. They're going to try to run some clock. Another touchdown seals it. Up 11, though. A field goal. There's still faint hope. You really need NC State to make a splash play here. Hand it off to Pryor. He tries to find the outside. He gets 3. Evan Pryor having a fantastic day in relief of Travion Henderson, who did bruise some ribs. Up over 100 yards now. Averaging over 6 a carry. Ohio State, they're going to throw it. He's going deep this time, and that's out of bounds. He never gave him a chance. So McCord has taken a few shots here. They connected once, but haven't really come close since. And it's 3rd and 7. Not much time has come off the clock. Can NC State get the ball back? And he's sacked! Joshua Harris gets the sack, a critical 3rd down sack there. Couldn't let Kyle McCord escape. And NC State's getting the ball right back. Big play for the Wolfpack. You know what? They're give them credit. Down 18 at the end of the 3rd. You know, you're really not... A lot of guys could mope around. They've stayed in this. They've made this a game. They have the ball back. They have to start capitalizing, as this ball's going to go into the end zone. So NC State, yeah, if you look at that, no turnovers today, but the real weakness has been NC State's offensive line, giving up 5 sacks, along with not really giving Jordan Houston all that much room. As look at this, they have 9 in the box here, waiting for the run, and he gets 2. They're just begging Devin Leary to throw the ball. And they're still lining up in these pro-style single back sets. Play action. He's throwing it this time, but that's going to be out of bounds. Not giving himself a chance. And it's 3rd and long. NC State's not really adapting to the game or making adjustments. And that might be the reason why they lose this game. Finally, they come out in shotgun here. Dump it off, and that's Lassane, but again, short of the sticks. But 5 minutes left. Are they going for it? No, they are punting again. A very questionable play call here. 2 straight 3-and-outs. As you're not gonna keep Ohio State off the board for another drive. I mean, they're starting at year 45 here. You're asking too much of the defense at this point. Kyle McCord. He just dumps it off there, and that is Trey Burton on the catch, the SFA player, the 3rd string tight end, but he doesn't get any yardage. 2nd and 10. We're inside 5 minutes. Hand it off to Pryor. He breaks a tackle. He somehow manages to get 3 there. But another 3rd and long. So we're kind of just seeing a stalemate on each side now after seemed like a wave of scoring. Ford. He throws it to Cade Stover, and that is a big tackle made by the corner. Stover had a lot of room if he couldn't make that. So NC State looks to be getting the ball back. No! Ohio State's going for it here, so a bit risky. But they want to finish this game off, so McCord. He's going deep. And he has a man again, Emeka Egbuka, his 2nd long TD catch of the game, and that's going to put this one away. 40-yard TD. And you got to think that's going to be it. They try to block it, and Ohio State putting up 42 in round 1. Really similar type of trajectory and win as last season, as they went from the 3 seed all the way to the championship game. Now the 1 seed, they're looking for a similar result. Jordan Houston, a Heisman winner. It looks like his season it might be over, and we have still yet to see a Heisman winner also win the national championship. NC State's not too happy. They gave it their best effort. You know what? They hung in there, but this Ohio State defense is really surprising me. Great run defense. I mean, you're going to give Jordan Houston some runs, right? But in this pass rush, so JT Tulamua, they dump it off here. I mean, this pass game for NC State has just kind of been abysmal. They had 1 good drive getting it to Devin Carter, but since then it's just been pretty bad. It might be a little bit too late, but they're still airing it out, and that time they call it incomplete. He had his foot on the line. Devin Leary, he just overthrew it. But you know what? The future is bright for this team. NC State, they have Carmelo Cannon, who's going to be the starter next season. So everyone's super excited about him. But this was the team that was going to do some damage. It's an unfortunate. Leary. He gets it to Keyshawn Lassane. Yeah, you look away for 5 minutes, yeah. Ohio State can score quickly. That's what we found. Throwing it, and this one's dangerous, but he fits it in there, Porter Rooks. And you got to think there's just been there really hasn't been too many like missed opportunities. I mean, they settled for 1 field goal, but it's really just been about the Ohio State offense. And Leary's taken off. He gets sacked again, the 6th time on the day. That's number 2 for Tyleek Williams.
That brings up 2nd and 13.
NC State.
Pass is incomplete. Carter was the intended receiver on the play. 3rd down.
3rd and 13. Leary. He has some room. He throws it over the middle. Oh, and a huge hit. Knocks it out. Lassane could not hold on there. And Ohio State's having fun. The number 1 team in the country. 13-0. They're going to go to 14-0. 2 wins away from immortality. As the 4th down is going to be a conversion. Devin Carter fighting still. You know, pride is on the line here. NC State wants to prove they at least belong. And he's throwing it again this time. Dude, Andrew Jane has had his way today. Maybe this might be the best tight end performance we've ever seen on a game day. Chernobyl reactor. What? Steel Chambers makes a tackle. So right now, probably the players of the game for both sides. You got Emeka Egbuka on offense. 2 long touchdowns, and then JT Tulamua on the defensive end for Ohio State. But can NC State here make it a game, make it a little bit nicer on the scorecard for all the people who aren't watching, to make it seem like they were close? They can't cover the spread. Ohio State. And Devin Carter, that is a touchdown, NC State. They're fighting for pride at this point. They pull within 11. So NC State will not be a bracket buster. We will not see an 8 seed do it again, but they're going for 2 now to try to bring it within 10 points. Jane in motion. And he throws it, and that's going to be a pick. Cody Simon, he's on the return. Cody Simon. So no 2-point conversion there. And that onside kick is going to do it. Mike Brooks recovers, and Ohio State will punch their ticket to the semifinals on Sunday morning in the Orange Bowl. They dominated this game pretty much from the start to the finish. Handed off. Evan Pryor, a fantastic game in relief for Travion Henderson, but they do wonder, is he going to miss more time? I do not know. He'll probably be questionable for the Orange Bowl. Kyle McCord, he's still throwing it. Come on, let's just get to the end, boys. But they still want to score more. They want to dominate. They're eager. They want to prove that they're not just playing close games. I think they want the 3 scores. Hand it off again. Pryor up the middle. Yeah, exactly. Hand it off. Pryor up the middle. And Evan Pryor, he's going. Can he get there? No. And it looks like it's going to end up being victory formation here. Looks like one more snap. And that's going to do it. Ohio State, they win the Peach Bowl 42-30. NC State gave it a valiant effort, but they just came up short. And Ohio State, 14-0, the undefeated season stays alive, and we will see them on Sunday morning in the Orange Bowl. Pretty good game to start it out. You know, you wish that these games are going to be close, but you know what? Sometimes they aren't, and that's all right. I think NC State, they gave it their best shot. It looks like Ohio State definitely is for real, though, so, which is actually kind of encouraging. That we have a #1 seed who doesn't suck for once, as Bama sucked. So it's like the committee is kind of doing their job. Kyle McCord is shown as the player of the game. I mean, we're going to look at the stats here. But the Heisman winner goes home in the first round. A big win. He had his moments, but Jordan Houston couldn't carry him. 30 points. It was all the defense fault for NC State. They just could not stop, and Emeka Egbuka just went crazy. 2 touchdowns. Easily over 100 yards. He's probably going to be in line for the cover athlete. So for those of you who are first-year head coaches, so the college football playoff MVP on the winning team is going to be our cover athlete. So it's always important for us to look at the stats to make sure we know. First, let's look at the losing team. Houston, 123 yards. Jane had a big day. Devin Carter had an alright day. But the defense the offensive line, the defense kind of shat themselves here. Maybe too big for the stage. And now let's look at Ohio State. So McCord, 19 for 22, 239 yards and 3 TDs, 86 completion percentage. Pryor in relief for Travion Henderson, who went out with an injury. He ran for 137 and a TD. That was a great job. Kyle McCord added 53, so responsible for 4 TDs. And you got Emeka Egbuka, 5 receptions, 125 and 2 touchdowns. Tyron Jefferson, only 2 catches today. But a really great defensive performance here from JT Tuilamuloa, as he had 8 tackles, 3 tackles for loss, 2 sacks, and Hickman forced the fumble. So Hickman and JT kind of did the same thing. The forced fumble didn't turn out to be anything, though. So those 2 guys are looking to have themselves some games. Same with Williams, but he only had the sacks. All right. So a great first game. We're definitely a long way behind schedule. We're 30 minutes late on the second kickoff, which is fine. I knew it was going to be like this. But let me get the players of the games so I can post them later. Valiant effort from everybody. So you got OSU player of the game. All right. So that's going to do it, folks. The first game of this 4-game day is in the books. I'm going to stop streaming. I'm going to change title, change the overlay, whatever. I'll get right back in as soon as I can. Thanks for watching.